Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. What in the world is it typing, dude? Okay. More grind. We just grind, baby. Whoa. The wrong axis. Yes, I see the errors of my ways. Let me fix this. Oh, hello, Brett. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't see your message. That's insane. This is a request, or yeah, request from a friend. And it's gonna combine a lot of elements because it's a full illustration. And I don't want to keep people waiting, so that's why I'm dedicating basically the rest of the week to try and finish it as much as I can. Most of it is in place. I just need to get all the stupid flowers a little bit more drawn out. Oh my god. And then we can go into line art and then the rendering and all that, so on and so forth. I was working on flowers yesterday, but because of how my brain works, I need to get the hand out today so that there's time for it to sink in and get evaluated over the next few days, hopefully. Before I commit into something that I don't... Oh yes, very good. Proper perspective. Perspective, the one thing I know, that's like a final boss of perspective, is that you can draw a whole bunch of reflections. Wait, let me see if I can find the video for you. It's not a very descriptive video because it's not a video about how to do it, or it's not a video about how to like where to learn it. It's just a video about like there's this exercise that they did. And you may or may not have seen it before already. I think it's a good chance you have seen it before. But okay, this might be loud. Okay, never mind. I'm smart. And I know how to press the M key on the keyboard to stop it from playing music. Now, if the advertising can just go away sometime soon, that would be great. Okay, so you know what? My Chrome has a lot of junk in there, so I'm just gonna use Firefox. So I'll just briefly go over what this lady is saying. Oh my god, hello YouTube. I'm not YouTube. Please don't talk to me, lady. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so you can have a copy. But basically, the idea is simple. I realize my references are all blocking, so let me just kill it real quick. Reference number 1, get out of here. Reference number 2, get out of here. Thank you very much. So this is all very basic perspective stuff. I think that's pretty... These are pretty self-explanatory. And then this is... Okay, just some background. So Feng Zhu design, you guys might have heard of this person called Feng Zhu. He's like a concept art designer. From the very beginning, he worked with George Lucas on Star Wars, on Avatar, and all kinds of crazy big names out there. And this is the school that he opened, and back then, when they were still accepting students, this was what they would do. Like, so the entirety of the first term is all fundamentals, and there's a whole section dedicated to perspective. And part of that exercise is obviously a lot of these kind of drawings. And these are done on paper with a pen, I think. She explains the whole thing, I kind of forgot. But yeah. So yeah, like you see here, they will take three pieces of drawing paper, which is really big. I think it's an A3. And they will tape it together so you can get the perspective lines out there, and then you would draw it on the paper. So you'll be like crawling on the floor, like drawing or something. I don't know, maybe they got good tables, like drafting tables. But then after that, you get more advanced stuff. The third point perspective comes in, right? More third point. And this is also, like, there's pieces of drawing paper taped to the side and the bottom to extend out the lines. So this is all drawn on paper still, right? You will use pencil to get all the lines and the basic forms in. Then you will use pen to go in and draw clean sets of lines. And they will reject your assignment if the lines are not clean. So you redo the entire thing. But, you know, different angles, different distortions, that kind of stuff. Drawing cylinders, drawing shapes. So this is where you start to learn how to, logically and mathematically plot shadows onto a specific plane. Based on the light source, based on the angle, based on the object and space, you will plot the shadows down. And I don't know how to do this, so I cannot explain any further. I have taken a similar course, but I kind of forgot. Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, Brett, it really depends on if you need that sort of confidence in your lines, in actual traditional medium. Because nowadays, you don't really need it. A lot of these exercises stem from, like, really traditional stuff. With everything in 3D and, like, digital, I don't necessarily think there's a need to be able to do that on paper, but it is something worth trying. Anyways, then they go into complex shapes like these, and you will still have to plot the shadows correctly. Yeah, if you're doing for digital, I would say that you probably don't really need to go, yeah, too insane on traditional, because at the end of the day, it's about acquiring the set of skills, and part of that skill is muscle memory, part of that skill is just understanding, and I think understanding is way more important, unless you're actually doing traditional medium, because back then they will draft this on paper. So they kind of have to be able to do it. So I don't think there's a need. But this here is the final last boss of perspective that they have in their course. And what you do is you start off with a set of 3D block letters, right? English alphabet letters that is in 3D in a specific 3-dimensional space with 3-point perspective. But that's not it. What you would do is that you would start reflecting the shapes to a different plane. So for example, can you see this U shape that my mouse is tracing? I hope my mouse is being captured, but this U shape is reflected into the bottom here, right? And it becomes an N. This H is reflected to the bottom and still a H. This H is reflected to that plane and it's reflected to another H. So you would mathematically work out the correct way to reflect a set of objects in the space in front of you and pretend that the walls and the floors and everything is a mirror, and you will map it into those, like, virtual spaces, essentially. So the U goes there, the U goes there, the U goes down, and then the U goes diagonally across as well. So that one is, like, very hard. But there's all math in this. And maybe if you look at the construction lines, you can work it out. But this is what I was thinking of if you really want to go insane with learning perspectives to that extent. And once again, these are done on paper. You have to tape pieces of paper off to the side. And you design, you sketch things out in pencil, and then you would use pen to draw it in. And if your lines suck, you know, if the things are not, you know, things that are blocking each other are not actually blocking properly, they will ask you to redo it. So that's a little bit insane. Yeah, the virus, like, honestly, I don't really think there's a need to go this far. Not many things really require you to have such strong sets of fundamentals anymore. If you need to do this, again, like, if you're rendering something as realistic as possible, just use 3D nowadays. No one's gonna pay you to spend that much time. But as a bonus to this perspective exercise, they will go in to do product breakdowns. So they will try to tear down the objects into their exploded view, and then all of these, once again, has to be in perspective. And this is now digital medium, as you can tell. So only after then they start to do digital medium. They do some 3D modeling as well, so they teach you how to use the basic tools, just to get you more familiar with the 3D form. Anyways, I see more people may have joined later. I'm just gonna put the link in the chat again if anybody wants to see this. This lady has the entire series of her entire 1 year spent at this Hangzhou Design School, and you can see exactly what it is they did over the 3 terms, right? And yeah, this is invaluable. This is very, very nice of her to be able to share with us, because the the school itself is not necessarily accessible. It's only available in Singapore, and every year, it's only a 1-year program, but it costs us $45,000. I forgot what currency that is, but it's $45,000 for 1 year, and yeah, it's kind of insane, you know, a lot of ways. Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. It's like a bell curve, and it's more tightly curved. The stiffer it becomes very. Yeah. Unless, you know, if that's your cup of tea, you might want to consider maybe joining some of those schools, so they can teach you like a more efficient method of learning and practicing, perhaps. But otherwise, it's just kind of, you know, we're here to draw anime girls. I don't know if I really need amazing perspective, but yeah, no problem, Brett. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone grow in the channel. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my hand references, which are in the anatomy ones, I think. I haven't drawn hands in a while, and it's getting a little bit rusty. I need to get the forms back a little bit. I'm just gonna do some of these studies again, just to move my hands a little bit. I should probably do photos, actually. No, after this, after this. Concept art is really cool, I think. And it looks really cool. But doing it as a job, I think, is really draining. How are you supposed to come up with like 50 designs of everything every day? That's insane. I really wish I started a conversation about art a lot earlier, when I was like really interested in it and I was just starting out. Starting out as an admirer of art, mind you, not even like an artist, because I've only really started like a couple years back. But I always thought I wanted to do concept art because I saw those really cool environmental designs and I'm like, oh, this is what I want to make. And that's not wrong, but design is not what I want to do. Illustration is what I don't want to come up with like 50,000 compositions every day. I just need 3 or something and then choose one. If only I had started talking about it earlier, I would have realized earlier. I probably would have not been so put off by the insane amount of skill that is seemingly required, which is required, but sometimes you get too overwhelmed. You gotta play it down a little bit and be like, oh, I can do this too. But anyways, I'll probably stop yapping now and just go back to grinding this out. Ooga. What am I getting? What shape am I doing? Yeah, I read how fun making a waifu fan art. Yeah, like it's like it's the same as what Mia is doing, right? You look at all the animation and it's so cool, but then like when you first join, you're gonna be doing a lot of the grunt work. And in that regard, like I'm not really that passionate about art. I just want to draw my own character. So I think in the end I made the right choice for not like committing into concept art or any of like the art field. I've always heard people say that, you know, there's always the two sides of the coin, right? Make what you do your job and you'll never work a day in your life. Or you use your hobby as a job and you learn to hate your hobby or something like that. But I always thought that if I did art, I would never hate it. I would just be able to draw more. But then recently I'm definitely feeling like the grind of all the studies and stuff taking a toll. It's just kind of really boring, really dry. Yes, I do feel improvements, but I also feel a lot further away from my like being connected to what I'm drawing. So I cannot imagine working as an artist and then coming back to do this on my own time. I don't think I have what it takes to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna struggle with shapes again. Poo-poo shapes. Very poo-poo shapes. The goal for today is to try and wrap out all the unknown areas, which is just the flowers and the hen. The one singular hen. Then we can move on into line art and we can move on into the actual rendering. Which for one feels a little bit more a little bit easier. I always heard people say that rendering is the easiest part of the whole process, but I've never felt it until like maybe now. Oh yes, welcome. Together we shall rise. Indeed, indeed. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Everyone's busy as ever. Which is good. Very good. Everyone's making a very full use of that time. I wish I had half the drive I have now. God damn it. Back then. Hold on. I don't feel this thumb. Where is it? Daily gestures, yes. The 1 hour of 60 gestures. That is insane. Wait, Ibukize, I forgot. Are you aiming to be professional? But you have your own studies and stuff, right? So I'm guessing this is all for your own hobbies as well. Because you're working very hard as well. Hello, Duvet. Welcome. Until now, honestly, I'm still very impressed by everyone's drive to get better. Yeah. Yeah, the Ibukis. I remember you mentioned this, so I was like, yeah, you're definitely probably not gonna go into art professionally. So just for studying colors. Okay, so here is my biggest weakness as a person is that I way back then I was too proud to look at a lot of these videos. I thought that being an artist means figuring out all these questions by yourself. Like I wanted a personalized style and I refused to look at any single tutorial or a book or anything that teaches me anything. And obviously I couldn't do jack shit. Maybe part of that is left, but also nowadays I also kind of don't really want to spend time outside of streams to look at art. So unfortunately, to answer your question, I don't have anyone I can really suggest. There's only one set of videos by, is it Marco Bucci or is it like Mark Brunette? I forgot which one of them they are. That they did on colors. And I felt like I learned something, but I've never gotten around to using it. Let me see if I can find it right now. Which one of them was it? It should be Marco Bucci then, I think. Every time I come back to this thing. I even made a video, man. I even made a goddamn video. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for that. I have to play the video to get into the link. Wish I do not have to do that, but anyways. This is a series of 6 videos by Marco Bucci on colors. And I believe he is also self-taught until, I think. Was he the one that self-taught or was the other one? Anyways. He talked about the use of the color gray. Like a lot of times, I think digital art, people, they use multiply to change the shadow colors or to transit colors or something like that. But you should go through gray, was what he said. I might be saying the entire. Actually, you know what? Just watch the video because I don't know what I'm saying. Makes sense. So yeah. Cool beans. Anyways. Focus too much on studying that they become good only out of it and not the final. It's just study, sir. Ah, okay. Yeah, no problem. Not very Golda. Gold. Yeah. After clothing, well, after this set of this illustration, then we go into clothing, and then I want to just start doing like personal illustrations. We'll just be doing a bunch of random characters, maybe VTubers, maybe whatnot, but so we can actually bring it all back to do what is it that we set out to do, instead of just being a bunch of studies. And then when that is stabilized, we use it to do some VTuber modeling and whatnot. Then we go back to doing studies, and then at that point in time, we can do really proper studies. I will do like the ask kind of videos, that kind of stuff, and then we'll go into like more complex illustrations, because a lot of the really advanced techniques will take a little bit more time to figure it out. I need to focus on one dude and then just suck up all the juicy stuff. Hello, Yaz. Friends Kushot did some, I don't know, 5 instrument 5 years ago, then did. Oh, I have heard his name. I think I've seen his art a few times already. I keep forgetting. I'm mixing this person up with someone else, 100% in my head. They did, yes, they did the Amiya one, which is what also, I think inspire is the right word. Inspired me a long time ago when I first started playing Arknights. Oh, Taiwanese. Interesting. For some reason I thought they were like American or something. Personal projects. Animation is what I really use. Very good at draftsmanship without again. Oh yeah. I do remember you had a conversation with Mia on that. I have oh, by the way, I have a tendency to kind of switch off whenever you guys start talking about like Mia has like a more in-depth conversation, so I can focus on what I'm doing. But I have a rough idea of what's going on. I'm not getting enough curve out of the fingers. I feel like there should be more flow in the fingers. Something's missing. Animation, huh? Breathing life into characters. In the most straightforward sense of the word, I think. Honestly, I'm very jelly of music, because music is inherently moving, and it tells so much more. It has so much more storytelling than just a single piece of illustration. It's just so much more life to it, and animation as well. Oh yeah, recently I happened to chance upon some shorts for Neurosama that was made for Neurosama, like I think like it was posted on their channel. I don't know who drew it. Maybe it's Annie that drew it. And I really like that simplistic sort of animation style. This is gonna be pretty loud though. Yeah, it's gonna be every time the short. Okay, I'm just gonna pause and mute YouTube real quick. Oh wait, it actually doesn't matter. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. I just copy the link and send it through Firefox. Like these kind of animations I really like as well. I think this is about... I think maybe I can manage this, but anything more insane is it's not gonna be possible. I wonder what this is made with. Maybe After Effects? Anyways, bit of a sidetrack. What's the one that I like? The one of the road trip, I think it was. Okay, most of these are not drawn. I guess that makes sense. I mean, it takes a long time to make it. Yeah. A bit of sidetrack. Bup, 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 bup. Oh, hello, Walnut. For some reason I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. I have been waiting for you because I have follow-up questions with regards to the to two things that you brought up specifically. The first one is whether if I can have multiple concurrent illustrations going at the same time and report back in terms of what is different, or maybe what's good and what's not good. Yeah, no, that's completely fine, Warner. You don't have to come here every day. That's fine. And with regards to that concurrent illustrations thing, that will probably have to happen once all the clothing stuff is done and once all the I get a little bit more settled into a process. Because as of right now, I tried it and it's just a little bit messy in terms of trying to keep things consistent. So unfortunately, I can't go on with that just yet. Then the other one is with regards to the weekly thing. The weekly thing, I took a look at what they're doing over there. And I did remember the point that was brought up is that people might not want to do, you know, fine arts kind of studies, like painting kind of studies, and more just anime style kind of studies. And I'm wondering if that's what you have in mind. Like, so basically I would choose like a reference today, and then like for the week, and then people would try to study it in terms of line art. They made our own sort of prompts and themes. Okay, because I'm kind of not very sure like what might be a good set of illustrations to go off of as like a reference, because you can go pretty highly detailed illustrations, and there's also more very simple sketchy stuff. And I think both of them are within range of what you're imagining as well. It's just that, yeah, like depending on how difficult the illustration is, maybe we need to give more time, or should we not care? I guess it's not necessarily any time limit. Anyways, hello Silver. My rant is kind of long. I've noticed your decision to arrive, and I did wanted to greet you as soon as possible. Got carried away with my yapping. So maybe like maybe I just start I'll put out an announcement and then I'll start a forum post for now and just see what people have in mind and see if there's any. Yeah, the weeks are open-ended, and then I'm just wondering if I should choose it myself or we should have people, because like who should decide on what the study is for the week? right? I mean, I could do it, but beyond just randomly choosing, I don't have any good ideas for like a good, you know, like a good system to do it. Voting is not bad. It's just that there's a lot of work involved in voting, because voting would suggest would imply that there's a bunch of options first, right? And then people vote on it. That means we need to call a vote at a specific time, and then we need to stop the vote at a specific time, and then push forward with the thing. So there will be a lot of behind the scenes work involved, which, unless one of you guys are willing to take over, I don't think it'd be quite possible. A roulette. Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of not 100% sure where I should be grabbing stuff from. Hmm. Okay, so we could always just have a new, like, a art channel or a thread where people can put stuff in that they think would be good, and then we'll just go down the list. Oh, that is interesting idea, right? Getting people to commit a little bit. Yeah, I'm more so worried about content, I think. If we can get a good set of references going consistently. Okay, so we can have a thread where people put in ideas of what they might or might not want. And then if it ever runs out, I can just pick something out randomly. That's fine too. But if it never runs out, we always have a pool of stuff to work with. And then... yeah, they have like 4 images over there, but the server is way bigger. So with 4, then people get to choose a little bit more. But if we have too many, I think maybe like we might not end up having enough people drawing the same thing to make it interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the best way to approach this is, because I don't have a very clear image of what is of how it should proceed. I'm wondering, 1 or 2 is enough. One could be hard, one could be easier. Yeah, I do like the idea when you brought it up just now as well. It definitely makes sense. Yeah, the only way to do this, I think, is to just try it. Okay, I need to think about this. And I think the over appluviums, the other value that he's providing is he's also gonna do the study himself, right? So I think that's like a big value that is there. But I probably, yeah, I probably won't be doing that, is the thing. We'll do more of that kind of thing down the line for sure. In the meantime, yeah. Is there anyone? I don't mean to push this on anyone. I'm just curious if anybody wants to take charge of organizing this before I make a mess of it. Because there's a good chance that I'll probably be making a mess of it. Without a very clear idea in mind, it's gonna end up like some of these streams here, which is just me trying stuff and then seeing what works and what doesn't. Yeah, I don't necessarily push it onto Walnut as well because yes, so basically Walnut's idea is to have like a weekly theme, or like a not necessarily weekly theme, but a weekly set of illustrations. For us, probably 1 or 2 is best, and then it's just an idea, like a challenge, if you will. People can do a study of it, and then they will post it over the weeks that comes. Yeah, only if you want to, Walnut. I don't want to have people taking out too much people's time because yes, Silver. It's more of like we can see like how everyone approaches the same problem. You know, you get to compare notes, that kind of vibe. And honestly, because art is something that's a little bit more subjective, that this still makes sense. Because otherwise, if it's something like science, someone needs to provide like the correct answer, which presumably should be me, because this is where it's happening, which I cannot provide in this case because of time constraints. So good thing is art, at least. Yeah, nothing would ever be mandatory. Although, I mean, if people feel FOMO and then they encourage themselves to draw more, that is probably a good thing. But yeah, nothing will ever be a mandatory. Nothing will ever really be timed, I think. Although if down the line we want to do stuff like show and tell on stream, then there probably has to be a deadline. But that's pretty far down the line, I think. Because ideally, if we get to that point, I would like to be a little bit more confident in terms of offering feedback. Or maybe feedback's not necessary too as well. No, Silver, we are not there yet. We're not there yet. We don't have show and tell planned. Sorry, show and tell might not be like necessarily the best way to put it, because show and tell sort of implies that everyone comes on and start talking about this stuff. That's a little bit too much, I think, to set up. So you need to get everybody together. Dang, dude. It might just be a showcase thing, I think. Like, I understand that honestly from a community perspective, I'm not doing anything at all, basically. Because, you know, we have these, everyone's gathered here. I should probably do a little bit more in terms of something that's more user participation rather than a one-sided dump from my side, which is not very useful most of the time. But that's kind of all in the future, at least for me, in my timeline. My primary goal here is still just a rather selfish one. It's just here to get myself to practice and go. Get better. And then if hopefully down the line I get better enough, then we can organize something that's a little bit more structured, and I can give back a little bit more in a more structured way that's more understandable. These hands are gonna kill me again. Might need to sequence this off stream. I'm gonna go back and draw flowers. God damn it. I'm tired of hands. See, I have a lot of flowers to go through. Where's my layer? Okay. Yeah, the only thing I can offer right now is just a place for people to come in, because I'm gonna be here. I have to be here. So at least it's some constant in the ever-changing life. And that's kind of it. Oh my god, I got a middle finger right here. What in the hell, dude? Probably forgot about this last time I got this. Very nice. Okay, let me go back to staring at flowers for the next 1 hour. Oh. Yes, we're just casually drawing about 1,000 petals here. There's also a chance I'm just overthinking a lot of these. Because most people here right now are probably here to draw along. They're not necessarily expecting like a lesson in terms of someone else's style. Nor do they necessarily even want it. Yeah, okay, down the line I definitely need to think about this more. I think we need to have more... Well, I need to have more structure. There will be streams that's meant for doing studies and streams that's just meant to do like work together. Therapeutic. Oh, hello, Musty Milkshake. I almost missed your message there. Did I switch the live chat? Yeah, I did switch the live chat. Welcome to the stream. I basically do whatever I want for the entire... You get a 50%, 50-50 chance of me drawing or playing Repo, playing some stupid games. Oh, there's a contest? Never entered a contest. Fantastic creature. It does briefly sound like a SCP for a bit. Yeah, there's basically one in Repo. There's a stupid duck. If you touch it, it just eats you up. Is it too flat? I think the contour is too flat. I need to lower this. I'm glad to hear that, Musty Milkshake. Alright. See you after 60 gestures, Ibukize. All the best. You're gonna come back and probably gonna still be drawing petals. Let's go. I'm gonna have to redo all of the petals too. Because this is just a rough. Let's go. I mean, this method is definitely not good. I can't be doing this every time, right? So at some point we're gonna have to figure out custom brushes and stuff. And after doing this for a bit, I kind of figure out that there's some patterns that I like to use. So if I just take those patterns out, make some variations and put them in a single brush. I have a couple of brushes, maybe one where the flower is pointing at me, one's pointing it to the side or something like that. Gradually, there'll be a brush that I can use. But just for this one time, I'm gonna do it everything by hand. As by hand as this is. Still partially tracing it sometimes, but who's gonna know? It's like a lot of them here. Honestly, I have nothing against using brushes. It's just that in this case here, I don't like the fact that it is a brush that everyone has. Like, if I make a brush and I share it with everyone, and then like you know, within our community we use it, I think that's fine. But if it's a brush that like in Club Studio where 10,000, everyone has access to it, I don't really want to use those shapes. It doesn't feel like I've done what I should, which is to make something that's a little bit more unique. And if it's for my own character, I think for my own art, I think would have been fine. But if it's something that I'm trying to draw for someone else, I think that's... I feel like I should put a little bit more effort into it first before I try to take the easy way out. Which I definitely will. I'm not trying to take the high ground here. I'm gonna... At some point, this has to be... simplified here. This is just not feasible. I remember on YouTube I found this one dude who drew like a comic for 10 years. And the reason why it took that long was because of his art style. There's a lot of manually done cross-hatching. There's a lot of textures that he's just basically drawing lines after lines after lines after lines like this. I don't remember what the channel was. It's been a while. But I think they said that the biggest regret is to commit that much time into one project. They wish they had, you know, just so-called took the easy way out, just finished things a little bit faster and moved on to something new. Yeah, sorry, Silver, that's not quite what I meant. Feel free to share it though, for sure. I think there's people in the chat who would be interested. Scaling is kind of okay. It is going smaller, so we are still controlling. Be rocky at the start after stabilizing warfare. Yeah, I'm kind of more concerned. Yeah, if you have like a workflow already in place and you're just starting multiple of those similar workflows, then I think that's fine. I'm very concerned if the workflow isn't stabilized and then you start. Because there is, yes, a lot of things that you can learn on the way and then improve on the way. I think in my case, the multitasking might be too much for me. I turned Monster Hunter into a manga. Okay. Thank you. Because of that, I was scared of committing on the wrong thing. But then again, a lot of people, if not maturity, they will do nothing with their hope. Oh, the virus, do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I was briefly talking about how I felt like I need to figure out everything art for myself. And part of it was that I was afraid that once I seen someone else's tutorial, I would just have their art style and never be able to shake it. It's just gonna be poisoned by their art style. Great times, man. Alio. Hello, Uni. Welcome. Welcome to the flower stream or the polygon stream. Oh, make sure you too. I hope I got the details correct. It's been a few years since I saw that video, I'm pretty sure. Nope, we're still doing the rough sets of flower lines. Since I'm streaming this now, I might as well just keep as much of the progress that I make on stream as well. So after I left stream yesterday, I didn't do anything. Also because I went to bed. I'm gonna sleep a little bit earlier now and not let myself watch too many YouTube videos after I end stream. It's just helping a little bit at work. These are there's multiple names for them. I think English name is hydrangeas. Hydrangeas. How do you spell it? Shit. Hydrangeas. Oh, okay. You guys are quick. I only just got the name. I guess I can do one better and just quickly show the flowers on stream, which you guys have already been looking at in my reference, I just realized. But these things comes in many colors, which is very helpful, because then you can change it based on your composition. My only concern was whether if they actually, you know, group up like this, are able to grow in a group like this, because my comp heavily relies on them blocking up the bottom here to serve as the, what do you call it, like a framing. And it turns out they can, so that's fine too. Oh boy. Sankaria. I've never seen this before in my life. Serialized in 2009. It's so weird. Like, what did I spend most of my childhood doing? Because like, I watch anime, sure, but haven't heard of any of these at all. I think it's all just kind of went into Maple Story. Remember going to my university's anime club, and then it's like everyone's just talking about shit I don't know. Like, what is that? What is this anime? I've never heard of it. So I also remember walking in, and then they're like, "Oh, hi, are you here for the club or something?" Like, blah, blah, blah. And then we did our introduction, right? And then they're like, "Oh, so what anime do you like?" And I just blurted out "Strike Witches," and then I'm like, "Yeah, you know, that's an anime I like." And then they all like, "Oh, of course." And then back then I didn't think too much about it, but like, I guess Strike Witches isn't exactly quite known for its storyline or anything else. Nah, like, I don't have my anime list or anime planet that kind of list or anything like that. Are you guys familiar with the anime Strike Witches? Yeah. Of course, you know. Known for his amazing storyline, of course. Great world building. Oh. Rest in pieces. I feel like the bubble should burst soon. The AI stuff. It's a lot of slop. Wonder how I should decide on the details. I mean, overall, it's gonna be more here and less over there. But within each one, I think I should also decide a little bit on where I should leave some gaps. I leave it based on the lighting, but the problem is the lighting is all backlit. The secondary light source would be the sky, so it would be the bottom that I'll be trying to cut out. But it might have some lost edges here at the end, I think, the bottom side. We just lose it into the dark. Hello, Igami. Welcome. Autopiloting into copying pasting. It's not good. Hold the key. Oof. Damn, how long more before I can play Minecraft for a living? How long more before my streams become placing flowers in Minecraft? I dug an entire chunk today. Ooh, so interesting. Wow, big hole. Yes. Flower petals. Wouldn't that be nice? I did. I remember when I was trying to apply for Niji Sanji, I told my friend if I get in, I'm gonna get you a signed copy of something from Kuzuha, because he really liked Kuzuha. Guess we still have a chance. We still have a chance. I'm gonna wash out some details now, actually. I'm gonna cancel some stuff out. Need a little bit more gaps here. This guy has too much presence being in between. I need to close my gaps. Somewhere here too. Yeah, in general, like people don't really like the black line art. Oh, am I lagging? Hopefully I'm not lagging. There's a chance that it's me, Igami. Given the track record of dropping 5 times in a day, I think still a good chance that it's me. And no wanna. If I ever play games, it would be very skill based. So like, I'm not saying I would, but like Minecraft parkour would probably be more of my thing than building houses. Nowadays, like if I ever play Minecraft, what I do is I just go in and try to go to the Nether as soon as possible. Like a new seed, go to Nether as soon as possible. Try to find a stronghold, loot it, and then get out. And usually I would just die. But I don't know. That was my quote-unquote version of fun. Yeah, quote-unquote skill-based. I like games that's based on skill. Where if you're good, there's no way for you to lose. You know what I mean? Like it's pure skill. Because it feels like there's something you can work towards, something that's in your control. You know, you're really not in control of your life, and why lose more control in game? You know, I just want to be a little bit more certain about how things would go. Yeah, if I play games, it gets really tiring. It's either min-maxing a competition or like trying to hoard everything in Fallout games. I'll carry everything back to my base and never use a single thing. I'm so glad that they made it you can store infinite items in your inventory. Sorry, in your like housing inventory. Interesting. Where is that photo of the real one? I think I closed it already. No, I did not. I don't have a lot of gaps in mind at the moment. I mean, I do. What am I saying? There's a lot of gaps in mind, but I need to be more aware and leave a little bit more gaps deliberately. I need some greens in here. Let me get some greens in here. Oh shit, I cannot see a damn thing. Some hierarchy here. I remember there's this type of leaf that's like kind of hairy on the underside. It's not the kind that makes you like itch or like you know, feel like you're in hell with the amount of pain it gives you. But it's just kind of like hairy or spiky, and then you can sort of paste it on your clothes, like kind of like Velcro. It's got like little grabbies. In the middle of the progress, and it goes back to the... I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, like after all the studies and stuff, the part where I get into illustrations, I think the main part that I'll focus on is not actually gonna be technicals. It's gonna be feelings. It's gonna be what feels good to draw, what level, what sort of attitude to go in is good. Because right now I think I'm still a little bit too serious, asking a little bit too much, setting expectations too high. See, the leaves are always underneath the flower, so we will never have a leaf that's kind of higher than one. Unless it's a higher flower. So I cannot have leaves just sort of poking out at the top here. Which is just fine. Don't really need that. So there'll be a flower here, presumably. Or not. Actually, maybe it is fine to leave a bigger gap here, anyways. At the end of the day, we can control the amount of details and contrast, right? Because detail is just contrast. If we can control values, then we can control contrast, we can control details, we can control where they're looking at. So even if it's a big gap right now, right, so if I put in lines now, let's say I put in flowers here, I have the option of removing it later, but if I don't do it now, then I don't have the option of removing. I was gonna also just add it in later, what I'm talking about, but so this is on top of this, so there should be maybe leaves blocking it a little bit. This would come out. This one is still higher than this, so I guess we can have a little bit here. This guy is outside. Gap over here. So we need some flowers like these that's kind of cut off. you photo ka na. There's one right here, I think. Oh, you can't type in it. Wait, oh, okay. Did I not give permissions correctly? I guess I never quite figure out the connect notification edit channel permissions. Oh, it is synced with general. It should be doable. All the channels are read only. Ooh. You mean like within the thing, right? Uh-oh. Edit post, edit tags. Post lock delete. Oh, interesting. What's different here? Permission seems to suggest that it's just following everyone. Okay, I'm gonna explicitly enable create it and send. Can you see if it makes a difference now? These things are surprisingly... Oh, okay, now it works. So maybe... Okay, so my hypothesis is that even though it's synced with the general section, the category, within the category there's announcements which people might not be able to type. So I'm guessing that the send message permission isn't set explicitly then. Of an Arknights channel? Sorry, I did not see that. My apologies. Arknights channel. I must have just skipped past it. Let me just do a quick search here. What? Wait, it's not letting me search by who typed it? Is that not a search thing? Oh yeah, good night. Yeah, I'm typing from into the search bar and it's not triggering that the special state where the member's name comes up. What's the difference? I can do in. Huh. Are you just hoping for like our channel just for Arknights stuff? If I just search Arknights, it does come up. Like I see a message that you sent with regards to it just says thoughts on Arknights channel. I mean, I don't mind. Like, sorry, I could have just jumped to the end. I don't really mind. If you want an Arknights channel, I can add an Arknights channel. Mahaha. I mean, I just made one. I don't know if this is what yeah, like I'm not 100% sure what is the Arknights channel for. Oh, memes and stuff. I see. Do you mind if it's gaming then? as a more generic name. We could do general for now, gaming related. Gaming general. We might need a new category. I'll probably make a new category. How do you make a new category? Gaming. どこだ? Oh, is that the very bottom? And then edit category, permissions, everyone should be fine. I think this should be fine. And then like further down, we might split it into gaming news or whatnot if people want to do that. I've seen that in, whose channel was that? Was that Pluvium's one or was it someone else's? Remember there's like Arknight's news, ZZZ news. Oh no, sorry, that's a way different server. That one was an FGO server. I should clean up the, apparently that server got hacked recently and the owner's account was sending out malicious links that was keylogging everyone's logins. But because I ignore any and all pings, I didn't see it in time. I didn't see the phishing message in time and it already got deleted. Which I think is kind of funny, but... Oh, thank you for coming, Milkshake. Of course, thank you for the well wishes. Yeah. Feel free to put more requests into the request chat as well if anybody wants to have more things. In general, I don't mind making new channels. But if things get too cluttered, then we can like clean it up or something, merge things together. It's really hard to know how things would go in the beginning anyway. Hi Rez. Welcome. I'm not studying today, Night Moon. This is just a... Actually, that's not true. I guess we're doing flowers, but yeah, this is a request where there's a lot of flowers, so I'm just... We've been drawing flowers for like an hour now. And that's only like these guys here. This was like 1 hour yesterday, so there's like 2 hours or so in the flower department. These flowers are tricky. You need to vary the shape, the size, the angle of each petal, and then after that, the overall size of each flowers against the other ones. Then the positioning of each one so that there is a good amount of variation in the gaps. We don't want to form a continuous large-ass gap. Yeah, Res, unfortunately, I think this might be the entire stream today, and it might be the entire stream tomorrow when we do the line art, because line art is gonna require me to do it again. Which is gonna go a lot faster, though, to be fair. Flowers. Actually, what does the bottom of this look like? We can have one near the top that's kind of flipped to the other way. Gives it a bit more dimension. Bottom. Bottom up angle. Oh no. Oh wait, is it this? This is not. Oh, this is what it looks like before it has bloomed, I guess. Oh, that means a lot of branches. Wait, no, I can just use this. Yes, I was thinking about adding the Discord emotes, but I don't have any ideas for emotes. And then back then I asked around, and it wasn't. I think people weren't that necessarily interested or have time to look at the message, which is completely fine. So I just kind of left it. Because emos and stuff kind of falls under community building, which kind of falls under the same thing as, you know, weekly events and stuff like that. It's just not my original goal, so I just kind of let it go. Do you have any ideas, video that you want seen? I think it'd be cool if like all the emotes in the server is of like our own characters. So we won't be using like popular characters, it'll just be our own characters. We do have a lot of slots, I think. And then if we eventually run out of slots, we can always do polling and votes and stuff like that. Weekly rotations. Yeah. There's so much cool things that we can do. But I don't have time to set it up. So unless we get moderators to do it manually, I'll have to write a bot that just automatically does a lot of the logic in the back. The weekly stuff as well too, the weekly art stuff. We just have a bot that sort of automatically collects some stuff, sets up a poll, read the results of the poll at a fixed time, and just pushes out the post, and that's all automatable. Probably not time should be the thing you relate it with. I'm not sure if I understand that. Probably not time should be the thing you relate it with. Oh. That makes sense, that makes sense. Oh yes, actually that reminds me. That was why I thought that I should have like a VTuber model. So we kind of have our own sort of setup here. Tablet falls emo, that is interesting. Man, I have so much to learn about all these things. Kinda exciting. Ah, right, I kind of forgot the leaves are meant to be on a different layer. And down borders need to be checked. And now I'm doing the wrong layer again, right now. No, I'm not. Not quite visible, is it? I don't have to follow it that close. That's any opener. Yeah, we might have doubled the number by accident. I mean, they should all be by accident. How many streams ago was that? 4 streams ago? 5 streams ago? The lore deepens. Yeah, I don't even know if the sound is entered the mic or not. I so wish that it did. I mean, I don't know if it didn't or did, but there's a chance it might have gotten cancelled, which would have sucked. I did react to it though, so it is present in that sense, but Uh-huh. Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. Not good about checking out part of the stream. I was not there for people. Yeah, like that makes complete sense to me. Why would you come back and check the stream? Like it's not like it's something that exciting. Nah, that's good. All the reps and all the layers and all that. I don't care about it too much. There's always a like I don't want to hold anything back. Because I remember back then when I was looking for brushes and looking for as much reference as I could, a lot of times I run into paywalls and I'm just like, I don't have the means. I don't want to put anything behind. And I don't think I will in the future either. Because all the references, all the studies that I want to do, I'm just going to dump out the Clip Studio style. The only thing that I'm still thinking about is always like, you know, if I have a style, after all this work, I come up with some set of style that I like. How do I feel about that being like copied and then having people do the same thing? And part of me is like, you know, like maybe I do kind of want to keep things unique because that would help me stand out. But part of me is also like, you know, that doesn't really matter necessarily as much. Because for me, it's like I'm not trying to sell the art. So standing out in the sense of having personality and individuality, I think that's important, but it's also not as critical as like a branding thing. I don't know how that's gonna go in the future. But regardless if I have something for myself or not, I'm still gonna be drawing on stream anyway, so I don't think I would be able to keep it anyways. And like calling a style like entirely your own is also kind of disingenuous when there's so many things that goes in. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that. I think it goes back, harkens back a little bit to the conversation I had with Mia with regards to what I think is original and what I think is not. Anyways, those things will be clear as time goes, as we go on. But yeah, references and stuff like that. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any reference that you see that I haven't really released. I think over the period of streams, I kind of forgot about releasing some of the stuff. I guess that is also true. I think if people are trying to sell, do commissions and stuff, then that style is pretty important. Even if it's a worse version of you, I still feel like it's feels kind of bad. That's why even now I still feel kind of on the fence about doing really in-depth studies and just releasing, like, if I manage to get someone's style really close and I release like a Clip Studio file of that, and maybe they're doing stuff on their fan box, but they're releasing their own. I don't know how I feel about that, because there is definitely a difference, you know, the original artist versus a copy. It still feels kind of weird. It's coming together. I don't know. The insane amount of details, honestly. All of this is gonna get tuned down. They're not gonna stand out to this extent. This contrast is too high by then. I'll turn this off for a second here. And then bump up the colors. Yeah, I'm gonna have to control this pretty well here. If not, it's gonna take away a lot. Quasar cake or dino. A dino. It's technically hard and possible. 100. Yeah. The 1000 ass clones. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I did that, but like I wonder how many people got exposed to ass because of that one stupid video I made. That blew up. I wonder how Ask feels about that, honestly. I'm very curious. How do they feel about that? It must be both flattering and kind of annoying at the same time. Oh, and the other thing I've been thinking about is like I should start doing weird stuff in my illustrations. I should start leaving like a string because I kind of want to mark down as we go on, as I do it on my original stuff. I kind of want to record, you know, what this illustration is about and what is inspiring it. What kind of world setting is it? Canon? Is it not canon? How do I feel about the illustration? Do I think it's complete? Do I think it's good? It's bad? I kind of want to encode that into a message and put it in the illustration somewhere. It's like a string of text. And maybe it's readable, maybe it's not. But I think it'd be really funny if someone takes AI, train on a bunch of my illustrations that has that string, and then it starts generate nonsense strings in there. Just because they think it's part of the piece or part of this person's style to have a string of nonsense there. I think that'd be kind of funny. And then I can have a website somewhere where people can put in the string of digits and they can figure out if it's a real thing or not. We can get a validation on whether it's AI or not. Oh my god. Now I'm very curious how that's gonna go. If we ever get there, that is. Damn. Oh, we're almost done. If the flow was. Hike. I mean, even like Alchemaniac, right, has a very distinctive and detailed style. There's a lot of things that goes into the rendering. Sorry, I bumped the mic. Artist, IP artist. Oh wow, this is a lot of details. What is this line? Some artifacting going on. Yeah, printing out stuff and like printing out a good quality paper that's thick and sturdy, and then having hollow foils, stuff like that, making things shiny. That would be cool. At some point I should be able to copy and paste, right? I have enough variation that no one's gonna notice anymore. For sure, right? Come on. Give it a flip as well. Oh my god, streamer caught cheating on stream live. Exposed. Live big. Yeah, they've got some really cool printing techniques. I remember like people made a video on like, was it Mika Picasso's art and like, a couple of other people's art? And then he just did a bunch of prints. You can make each separate part do separate things, and that's really insane. Art exhibition. What gonna? Oh, SSS. Are they part of SSS? Oh, they're selling art for $10,000 and it's unavailable. Does that mean it's sold? UV printing on canvas and foil. Kikibaku. Surely they can make use of like tools, right, to do the selection and to do the creation of the mapping. Oh shit, oops. Because if someone's going in there to do pixel by hand, they have to follow some rule anyways. Then you can translate that rule into code and then probably do that automatically. I have no idea though, like I'm just guessing. What is on what layer? I cannot tell. These are very continuous. I kind of want to break up the shape. Similar process of cheap fake oil paintings, you see? Yeah, 3D printing, yeah. Okay, now I need the hand. There's a limit to our thing, so I'm gonna just cut back on the expectation. Let's make sure we save. Oh my god. Let's go back to hand for a minute. ここだ。これだ。Immediately got flipped off. Oh my god. Flat. Why is it flat? I have to curve inwards. Let's see. なんならこれしかないやん。Alright, good night, Silver. Thank you for dropping by. Flipped off again. Okay, very nice. Alright, これだけ? これだけじゃないんです。ほら。 greedy. We do what we must. Add some stuff to this list here. Not very relevant, but you guys might enjoy this particular account. It is entirely in Japanese, but it's a bunch of cats, so let me get the music in check a bit. Anyways, the name of this is Shikaru Neko. So Neko is cat, right? Shikaru is to scold. So this cat will basically scold you, but in a very wholesome way. For example, in this case here, even if you're busy, make sure you're eating right. You know, this cat is like, eat this. What is this? I don't know what that thing is in there, but they've got like a few, I think 4 different cats, each with a different personality. The one that scolds you, I forgot what these 2 are, and then this one is the one that always affirms what you do. Yeah. Kind of surprised I haven't seen the art before, but the link is in the chat if anybody wants it. 365,000 followers. What a nice number. Oh, here it is. So we have the cat that scolds you. We have the cat that pampers you. We have the cat that just looks at you, and we have the one that's I guess kind of depressed. They've got like birthdays and stuff. This is really hard to translate because I don't even fully get the nuances in these terms. Whenever there's terms that's just like hiragana, sometimes when it repeats and stuff like that, it's very hard to get the exact nuance. Unless you've heard it a lot of times being used in real life, which I haven't. But it's just gonna... This cat just kind of scolds you every day. It's very... very serious personality. Worries a lot. But it's a little clumsy. そんなこんなこんな振り回されたり翻弄されたりすることもしばしば So I guess what they're trying to say is because they're very serious and very worrisome, like as a result, I think they... what is the word in English? Taken for a loop or something, like by the other ones. So maybe they do something that worries him for no reason, something like that. So this cat here, honestly kind of creepy if it's always smiling like this. A little bit scary, but no matter what, they always smile and forgive you. They always pampers you. And this cat is appears all of a sudden and just looks at you. And this cat here is no matter how small the problem is, they would be affected. They would, you know, they're kind of be depressed about it. They'll be... I guess it's not worried in this case. They're just... It is worried though if you translate nayanderu. Huh. What is the new difference in nuance in English? But this is worrying for someone else in the sense. And this one is kind of just being like depressed, kind of worried about it. But anyways, that's the 4 cats, and then they've got a lot of art. Oh, they've got a bunch of toys too. I'll send this link as well, but there's a good chance it's Japanese only, Japan only. Oh wow, it's only very recent. It's only been like 2 weeks, I think. So it's being sold at all these stores here, which is gonna be all Japan. But it's a lot of stores. Oh my god. 大分、長崎、長崎、福岡、兵庫、兵庫、大阪、大阪、大阪、三重、愛知、愛知、静岡、富山、神奈川、東京、東京、東京、東京、東京、千葉、埼玉、茨城、北海道. So it's there's a bunch of Kyushu ones, there's a bunch of ones in the middle with Tokyo, and then a little bit just above Tokyo, and then all the way to Hokkaido. Everything in between Tokyo and Hokkaido is basically not very available. I always get left out. Crane game, huh? Crane game. Oh, I do see prize over here. Dang, dude. But anyways, I'm just looking for some references here in my bookmarks. And I forgot I favorited this. And my bookmarks is just a bunch of like explicit stuff, and then like all of a sudden we get stuff like this. Wouldn't it be funny if I got the wrong link? But anyways, people just making fried vegetables here. Oh, this I definitely do not want to lose. Oh, that's the one about the crane that's called Walnut. Anyways. Interesting. What is the difference in control? Oh, we have the sequence. Oh, no. I never did finish this. Or I never finished this. Amazing. I'm just shopping over here. Yeah, I'm shopping for styles for the eyes. The studies with it before. I barely remember any of them. Honestly, most of the studies I did, they don't really serve too much as learning techniques. I'm sure I learned some, but mostly is a confidence thing, because you need to have confidence to do your own thing, and all the studies are just like pillars holding up that ability to keep going. I'm just looking for what might be. Where is the one that like? I think I made it big. I guess it's these guys. Huh. I don't quite get the same vibe anymore, but this is mostly color that I like. Rendering detail wise, I don't know if I. No, but we are sequencing a different vibe here. What's the eye color that we're working with actually? I'm just realizing my stupid thing is detecting the wrong thing because I closed it. What color are we working with here? Purple and light blue. Okay. What is my comp again? Purple and light blue, surrounded by pink and a somewhat reddish sky. So we have play here. Oh, white pupils. いや、でも大丈夫じゃない。別に。関係ない。Partially loaded. 特にはないなら今度にしようか。Right, it's mostly the amount of detail. If we can just bump up the detail, it should be fine. Check. What else do we have here? I'm mostly done. If I can just settle on the hand, I can move forwards. Got some balancing on the hair left to do. 야, 言っても、別にいいか。問題はなさそうなんで。これ。3? Okay. One. Nice, empty layers, thank you. Yeah, let's see, what is that? Oh my god. Ah, shit. Yeah, it'd be hard. I'm not so sure about the colors again. Back and forth. Be right back, get some water. Water. Water acquired. Water. Okay. Understood. Indeed. Oh yeah, I definitely did. I also remember sending the link separately. But we can never have too many. It's so easy to forget like good stuff. That I've bookmarked. I might have to compromise on the hand. I'm not getting the exact vibe that I'm going for, but I also don't exactly know what vibe it is I'm going for. 100%. Uh-oh. Ah, これだ. It's Fontaine. Have you guys listened to it for so long that it's just like, this sounds really nice. This sounds kind of familiar. Wonder where I've heard it before. This is Fontaine. Yeah. My bad. I know exactly what you mean though. It is just in there now. That Fontaine or not, like Genshin or not, it's just the melody is in there. And not just as like a singular soundtrack of like 2 to 3 minutes. It's in there as like an entire 41-minute long sequence of notes. To the point oh my god. Sometimes I wonder if I go into a coma or something, and then you play like songs that I always listen to, am I just gonna wake up? Am I just gonna start drawing in my coma? Coma live stream. It's just this one hand. I guess I can do a little bit more flowers. Okay, go back to more flowers. Fuck. I'm just gonna copy and paste a little bit. It's too dense though. It's too dense. So you have to do this manually. Still kind of dense. What am I looking for here? I need an outline here. I need a couple of outlines. Here. And then this needs to match. Then we fade out. So you go to the I think I'll probably stop here for now. Hands and flowers. Tomorrow's stream is gonna be the exact same thing. Hands and flowers. God damn it. Okay, let's just call it tomorrow. Just find a post and call it, and then actually start the final set of lines tomorrow. Final sets of lines tomorrow. That's Wednesday. Hopefully finish the line art tomorrow. I think that's as far as I can go with the 3 hours tomorrow. Then the base colors. It's gonna take another hour at least on Thursday. And then it'll just be rendering through the rest of the week. And then most likely Friday it should be very close. And then I'll probably do some adjustments over the weekend. Just off stream because I need to be more focused. And then that should be done by next week. Anyways, thanks for coming. Promise I'll get back to clothing soon. As soon as this is done, I go back to clothing. And then as soon as clothing is done, we're gonna do something. But yeah, no, Walnut, you don't have to worry too much about it. I would say see what people respond with, I guess. Kind of not very oh my god, 463. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. I'm just gonna drop off here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.